It's time for another episode of the Josh Cast. I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey recently, so that's what inspired me for that opening theme. Here's my favorite moment in the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. Unfortunately, it's not a moment that's actually in the movie, but it's a moment that should be in the movie. At the very end of the movie, spoiler alert, the astronaut gets turned into what can only be described as a giant floating embryo in space. And the giant space embryo, or star child, as it is referred to, is floating towards Earth. And that's where the movie ends. And I think there needs to be one more scene right after that takes place in the space station where a dude named Jenkins is working at his desk, and he looks out the window and he sees a giant floating embryo in space. Ted? Yeah, Jenkins here. Hey, do you have a minute? Sorry to bother you with this, but, I'm looking out the window right now, and I think I am seeing a giant floating embryo. Yes, I said embryo. Yes, I'm aware that I'm kind of ripping off the comedic stylings of Bob Newhart and Shelley Berman in this sketch. I'm aware. I'm aware of that, and our legal department is standing by, and I've already drafted an apology that I will issue after the sketch. But back to the point at hand here. There's a giant floating embryo outside the space station, and it's just kind of looking at me with an air of superiority. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like somebody should, at the very least, this should be logged somewhere. I mean, do you want me to try to? I'm going to try to talk to it. Hang on a second. Hey, you all right? Everything okay out there? You need something? Do you want to come in? We have coffee. Can I help you with something? Yeah, he's continuing to just stare at me with an air of superiority. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll just try to. I mean, I'll just call HR, let them know, and I'll just keep working here. Yeah, it's Jenkins again. So it's still looking at me. It's floating outside the window and it's looking at me. And it's like, I don't know. Does it have a problem with me? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I've never done anything to any embryos, ever. I've never met another embryo. I've never said anything bad about embryos. I don't get it. I don't get what his problem is. Oh, you're right. Maybe it's a she. All right. So you're saying this is a gender issue. Well, I've been very good about gender equality. I've been very good about gender inequality, or gender equality. Very good about it. Listen. I do my best to be as pro-feminist as possible. If I've said anything in the past that I guess was anti, it doesn't matter. He's just still staring at me. He or she is still staring at me. She or he, or Z, still staring at me. Hey, I gotta work here. All right, I gotta work. Would you mind going somewhere else? I mean, if I can give you a helpline if you need it, but I need to keep working here. I've got reports I've got to deal with. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. He's Jenkins. I can't keep working here. I've got to. I'm just gonna head home. I'm going. Yeah, it's me again. Yeah, hey, I think I might have called you Jenkins. That's how rattled I am. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm in the shuttle returning home, and the embryo is still following me. I'm gonna call the police. I'm being stalked by an embryo that's self-important. I'm being stalked by a self-important embryo. I just want to let you know that. Just can you log that with HR? I had to leave early, being stalked by a stalked by a superior embryo. Just note that in the log, please. Thank you. Thank you. So that happened, and now I would like to apologize for basically taking the template that Bob Newhart would use in one of his sketches, as well as the template that Shelley Berman would use in one of his sketches. I believe that Shelley Berman actually tried to sue Bob Newhart. So now I'm expecting a joint lawsuit from both of them. So yesterday, I discussed my disgust or my hatred of lawn care. And then I tried to take that and do it on stage, and it did not work. And this is what I've noticed. I've tried this twice now. Whenever I complain about the idea of lawn care on stage, it never works. Like, I get the same kind of awkwardness as if I were to go up there on stage and complain about organized religion. Which makes me think that lawn care is somehow connected with organized religion. That it's become so ingrained that if my lawn is not perfect, God will hate me. It must be that. Well, I mean, I see all these California lawns, when we had the drought, especially, and people retrofitted their lawns so that they would cut down on water consumption. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing these lawns that are essentially little mini deserts. And I'm sitting there thinking, aren't these people happier that they don't have to put all this work into the friggin' lawn? I can't help but wonder if, like, you know what, this is great. I don't have to do anything. I can sleep in now. I'm not letting go of my attack on lawns. I'm not going to be deterred. Though audiences all across America have told me in no uncertain terms, don't mess with our lawn ideology, I will not let it go. Let it be known. Let it be known. I'm trying to work on anger. That's a big thing I'm trying to work on. When I get upset, when I get angry, I'm trying to... The thing is, it says I don't like to... If somebody makes me angry, I just don't want to respond to them with anger. And I don't know if it's because I want to be a better person or it's because I want to be a superior person to them. I want to be that superior embryo that just kind of looks at them, not with anger, but with this sense of I am a supreme being and you're not. We're here now with the giant floating embryo. Thank you very much for taking the time to meet with us. What is time? Time is nothing but a collection of tears. Okay, great. Our understanding is that you used to be Dave Bowman, an astronaut, and that that the aliens took you halfway across the universe, and that they turned you into, I believe the term is Star Child. That is correct. Okay, so, why have you come back to Earth? I've come back to Earth to sit in the back and judge. So literally, you're just judging us. Yes. All right, and what do you hope that will achieve? That's for me to know and you to find out. By the way, nice shoes. I can't tell if you're genuinely judging me and that's a negative, or if you actually are giving me a compliment. Interesting. What do you think I'm trying to do? Okay, so the aliens have basically turned you into an advanced therapist that can fly through space. And now, the adventures of the advanced superhuman therapist that can fly through space. Advanced therapist who can fly through space. Advanced therapist who can fly through space. Advanced therapist who can fly through space. I intend to take my Arcturian brethren and destroy all of Sardonia in one fell swoop. For I am Ragnar the Terrible. Not so fast, Ragnar the Terrible. It's the giant floating embryo from space. Ragnar, let me tell you what happened. You're suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder because you were abused as a child. And as a result, you see yourself as defending yourself against all possible threats. But know this, Ragnar. The Sardonians are not a threat. They are a peaceful people. And you are projecting anger feelings towards your parents onto them. My God, you're right. You've done it again, giant floating embryo from space. Never thought I'd see an embryo with a cape. So that happened. Right. Good. Very nice. Delightful. But back to the lawns. I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting this go. Here's what I find weird about lawns. What I find weird is that a well-trimmed lawn that looks perfect feels that's well regarded. You know, maybe it's not noticeable. Maybe that's what it is. That there's a societal norm that says you own a house, you got to keep up the lawn. And if you don't keep up the lawn, if it becomes overgrown, you are now out of the societal norm. So it is similar, in fact, to me when I let my hair grow out. When it's short, societal norm. No one mentions anything. But when it gets longer, people start to go, oh, think your hair's getting longer. And it's the equivalent of saying, oh, you're letting the lawn go, huh? Oh, all right. So, gonna challenge the system, are we? Yeah, you're gonna start a revolution? Is that the thing? Is that what's going on? Starting a revolution? Is that what's happening? No. Perhaps that is the key. But there are people who love their lawns. And you know what? If you're a person who loves cultivating your lawn and loves cultivating your garden, I don't have a beef with you. You're okay. Similar to if you're a person who genuinely loves wearing skinny jeans, fine. Have your little skinny jeans. What I resent is that, and I know this isn't a problem because I'm about as close to being a homeowner as I am to being a consort for Brazilian supermodels. But what I hate is that I'm expected to keep my lawn trim like everyone else's lawn. I don't want to do that. I don't like the idea of trying to control a lawn. I want the lawn to be, I want that patch of land to be whatever it wants to be, and to let nature take its course. That is what I want. I don't need to try to make a mini Palace of Versailles on my lawn. My fake lawn. My supposed lawn. My theoretical lawn. That is not what I'm into. That is not what I'm looking for. Lawns are annoying to me because it takes lawn care. And people always seem to care for their lawn when I am trying to sleep. How is lawn care more important than sleeping in? How is the human race, have we gotten to that point? I want to live amongst people with a government that says, wait a minute. Are you telling me that they were running a machine when everyone was trying to sleep in? Death penalty! That is what I want. That's the kind of society I want. Where is that society? That's a utopia right there. That's the thing. That's how I know any of those movies. You know it's not a utopia if the grounds are well kept, because that means they have to be getting up at 8 a.m. to keep the grounds. That's not a utopia. That is an oppressive society. You know how it's a utopia? Unkept lawns. Overgrown lawns. That is a utopia, baby.